Assalamu alaikum, dear sisters. We're glad you're here today. Are you feeling stuck in a rut, struggling to find the discipline to fulfill your duties as a Muslimah? You're not alone. Every day, countless Muslim women grapple with the challenge of balancing their faith responsibilities and personal goals in a world that's constantly pulling us in different directions. It can be overwhelmingly easy to lose sight of our spiritual and personal aspirations, whether it's prayer work or personal health. Maintaining discipline is a struggle we all face. But what if I told you that transforming from feeling lazy and unmotivated to becoming a disciplined Muslimah, isn't it just a dream, but a real possibility that the journey to self-improvement and spiritual fulfillment is within your reach? Today, we're diving into this journey together, from practical life hacks to spiritual wisdom rooted in Islam. We're here to guide you through the steps to reclaim your discipline, find inner peace, and achieve a harmonious balance in your life as a Muslimah. So are you ready to embark on this transformative journey? Stay tuned as we uncover the secrets to going from lazy to disciplined, tailored specifically for you, the Muslimah striving for excellence in both dunya and deen. Islam calls for activity and fights against laziness, as it is one of the diseases Islam abhors. The Prophet sought Allah's protection and refuge against it too. We all have busy schedules, whether we are students, parents, spouses, or we work. We need to take care of so many duties on a daily basis, and when energy level declines, we tend to become lazy. Being lazy can be a very unhealthy way to live life, and it's very easy to fall into a pattern of being consistently unmotivated. How you manage your time and what you do with it now will affect you later on in your life. So come now, let's look into some simple tips to overcome laziness in day-to-day life. 1. Break down a task into smaller tasks. We often avoid tasks because we find them too big, too overwhelming, too tiring, or taking too much of our time. Breaking a task into several smaller tasks can solve this problem. Then each one will not seem so difficult or intimidating. Instead of having one big task, we will have a series of small tasks which do not require too much effort. This approach can be applied not only to tasks, but also to goals and everything else we have or need to do. This will tend to melt much of the laziness and inner resistance we often experience. 2. Rest, sleep, and exercise. In some cases, laziness is due to being tired and lacking energy. If this is true in your case, you need to give yourself the rest and sleep you need, and also give your body enough exercise and fresh air. 3. Motivation. In some cases, the reason for laziness is due to lack of motivation. You can strengthen your motivation through affirmations, visualization, and thinking about the importance of performing your task or chore or achieving your goal. Frequently reflecting on the person we want to be, the goals we want to achieve, and the life we want to live can motivate us to act. 4. Think about benefits. Think about the benefits you will gain if you overcome your laziness and take action, instead of thinking about the difficulties or obstacles. Focusing on the difficulties of the task or action leads to discouragement, avoidance of taking action, and laziness. It is important that you focus your mind and attention on the benefits, not on the difficulties. 5. Thinking about the consequences. Think about what will happen if you succumb to laziness and don't perform your task or chore. Thinking about the consequences of not acting can also push you to take action. 6. Doing one thing at a time. Focus on doing one thing at a time. If you feel you have a lot to do, you will probably feel overwhelmed and let laziness overcome you instead of you overcoming laziness. 7. Repeat affirmations. Tell yourself, I can accomplish my goal. I have the energy and motivation to act and do whatever I want or have to do. Doing things makes me stronger. Doing things makes things happen. 8. Procrastination. Avoid procrastination, which is a form of laziness. If there is something you have to do, why not do it right now and get through with it? Why let it stay nagging at the back of your head? 9. Learn from successful people. Watch successful people and how they do not let laziness win. Learn from them, talk with them, and associate with them. 10. Make dua. Our Prophet has taught us a dua. Allahumma inni awuzibika minal ajizi walakasil, meaning, O Allah, I seek refuge from incapability and laziness. Bukhari. Laziness is not a natural state. When people tell that they have become lazy, it is usually a situation where they feel ambivalence about what they are doing, and therefore, their original passion and inspiration around life seem to have gone. You are a young woman. Therefore, you may be undecided about your life goals and where you feel you are being led. Sometimes, such ambivalence can leave a person vulnerable to distractions that will end up shifting one's focus away from one's work. Sisters, let me tell you about the blessedness of having energy and enthusiasm in worshiping Allah will do for you. Number 1, the extra energy will win you the pleasure of Allah. Number 2, having energy is the characteristic of the believer. Being lazy is the characteristic of the hypocrite. Reset. When you feel like you are not making any progress, it is time to stop, rest, and reset. Instead of becoming distracted by friends or games on the computer or other activities that do not serve to help you move forward, take a mini vacation and the time out to really look at where you are in your life and where you want to be in 10 years from now. Development. Start this with developing your personal mission statement. Ask yourself what you want to be written about you in your obituary when you die. What are you here on this earth for? What are you here to give the world and humanity? Pray to Allah out for guidance and to show you where you are going. Then, map out your path to achieve these goals. Keep them in mind when you begin questioning why you are doing this instead of that. Balance. With that said, balance is of equal importance, and sometimes people just get very tired after working very hard and they really do need some time to regenerate. So you will need to determine if you are feeling ambivalence, confused about your life goals, or simply burned out. We have many demands placed on us in our modern quantum age. Perhaps you can read and listen to the Quran, chapter by chapter, for an hour per day with the goal of having it memorized in 3 to 5 years, or even 10 years if work and academics cause you to spread yourself too thin. Only you know your circumstances. Oftentimes, if we have many responsibilities in addition to academics and spiritual growth goals, and we put it all on ourselves at once, we really can become overwhelmed. Then you just feel too tired to do any of it. Breaking things down like this makes it all seem doable, and you can integrate time spent with family and friends so that you have a more balanced life. This will more than likely help you with the condition that you are calling laziness. It might restore your original inspiration and passion. Nafs, remember, nafs, soul, and ego can play with us when we decide to dedicate ourselves to a noble path, to submit to the will of Allah, and to serve humanity. It all sounds so grand, so pious, and so special. But in reality, we're just very much desired to revert to that pure state that we were created in, like everyone else. We are not the star of any show. We are not individual heroes or heroines. We have simply created beings, feeling a pull toward the source of being. The light that is contained within our vessels is on this earth for a short while. Yet, the work that we came here to do is important, and you are important. Destiny. So your focus is important. Yes, we all want to make a difference, yet the difference that we are destined to make will manifest only when we surrender to that destiny. Destiny means nothing more than the fulfillment of the will of Allah, Sawt, just like a fruit tree which fulfills its destiny when it produces fruit. One fruit tree is not greater or more worthy of Allah's duty, sunshine and water, than any other fruit tree. But we definitely need both the fruit tree and its fruit. Thus, there is much importance and meaning in fulfilling your life mission. Now let's dive into a few more practical steps you can take to fight this all-pervasive habits. Think of and list all the successes you could achieve if you were to shake yourself free of this negative habit. Think of and meditate on the success stories of the great leaders who, through sheer determination, hard work, and trust in Allah, achieved what was thought to be impossible. Think of the success story of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, who, without hardly any material support, did what no other person has done. Think of those who have been physically challenged and yet accomplished what others could not do through sheer determination and hard work. List all the positive strengths you have which even the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, or those who have been physically challenged, or those who achieved great feats, did not possess. Until such time that you have overcome laziness, it is important for you to associate with those who are successful or hardworking. If you are a student, try to choose a study environment to read or study. Fight the temptation of studying at home until you have succeeded in mastering laziness. Last but not least, start your day by counting the blessings of Allah and thus focusing on your strengths rather than on your weaknesses. And pray to Allah to grant you a day of glory, blessings, and success. So, oftentimes, people who are on the correct path become ambivalent about their path and question themselves as to why they're doing this at all. This is normal. When the conclusion is because one can't really go in another direction, and that one simply must continue the current path, then one has arrived and will be activated. But traveling through this stage of ambivalence is necessary and common. It should not be interpreted as laziness. By asking yourself some questions, such as why you have chosen the path you are on and exploring your life purpose and mission, you can resolve the ambivalence. Once that ambivalence is resolved, if you still feel guided to stay on the path of Hafiz and academics toward a profession, you will no doubt find the motivation to tend to your daily routine tasks that are part of the process with a bigger vision and firmly planted in your heart and mind. Therefore, remember that overcoming the habit of laziness is achieved through a series of daily actions and activities when you choose to act instead of remaining passive. Every time you overcome your laziness, you get stronger. Every time you choose to act, you increase your ability to win, achieve goals, and improve your life. Thank you for joining us on this journey of learning and self-discovery. May Allah guide us all on the path of wisdom and righteousness. Like, comment, and subscribe to explore more about Islam and come closer to Allah. Also, don't forget to share this video with other fellow Muslimahs to share the knowledge. Stay strong and wise, fellow Muslims.